talk about China stocks specifically, over the past several months, we have been getting several crackdowns on Chinese tech stocks by the CCP, dating back to almost last year in November. Since November of last year, we can see Alibaba keeps falling down almost 65% from all-time highs. Chinese ETF down 51% on the yearly, Tencent down 17%, Alibaba down 50%, and Baini down 23%. Being one of the worst years for Chinese stocks, what can we expect from 2022? And we have a lot of questions like, is this the bottom? Should I buy the dip? And is the FUD over? Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. But wait, China is destroying its stock market to save. China is destroying monopolies, which is good for the economy. Let me explain. Let's go back in time, November 3rd of last year, 2020, with Ant Group IPO. We have to really understand what Alibaba is. It's not just an Amazon for China, it is huge. We have retail, commerce, consumer services, entertainment, cloud services, payments, and finance, which is Alipay, and that's the problem. Let me explain a little bit more in depth. If you want a PayPal in China, you have Alipay, owned by Alibaba. If you want a JCPenney in China, you have InTime, owned by Alibaba. If you want Orbitz in China, you have Tabeo Travel, owned by Alibaba. And that is the problem. All the companies on the left are owned by Alibaba. Alibaba isn't just a Chinese company, it is the internet, and it is the economy. While all the other companies on the right are US individual companies and stocks owned separately and are competing with each other. Now, all of this sounds bullish for the stock, and like me and some of you guys, we had fallen into this trap. With Alibaba being huge and owning a ton of growing assets, it is truly a great investment and an amazing growing company. With ridiculous price targets looking into the near future, famous investors like Charlie Munger are also in Alibaba stock, even averaging down on his position in October. I bought in leaps for Alibaba around 200 spot price, and after 3 months I cut my position, and it was supposed to be a long-term position, but after doing some more research with China, I realized, and I want to explain it in this video. In the United States, we have a lot of choices. If you want to buy or sell goods on the online marketplace, you have options like eBay, Mercari, Etsy, Craigslist, Amazon, and plenty more options, all competing with each other and all individual and separate from each other. While in China, the biggest e-commerce we have Taoboya.com in first, Tmall.com second, and AliExpress fourth, all of which are owned by Alibaba Group. Let's go back to this image, and literally all the companies on the left are owned by Alibaba. Most of them are just competing with each other. Alibaba is competing with Alibaba. You guys can literally search all of these companies and check if Alibaba owns them. The problem is that there's no competition in China. With Alibaba's monopoly, China and its economy cannot grow without competition. China needs competition like the US. China needs choices. With the CCP cracking down on Alibaba, it gives the smaller businesses an advantage to grow on. China needs to grow and split Baba. This will help and save China's economy in the future. An economy cannot grow with a monopoly, which is why it is illegal. Alibaba is the internet in China, and no one is standing in its way. Now, let's go back to the questions of when the bottom is and when the FUD will be over. And the answer is in a while. It'll take some years or maybe even a decade. China is transitioning. China is trying to avoid what happened to America in 1890. Avoiding a monopoly. Now, what can China do to Alibaba? How can China solve this situation? Well, it won't end well for Alibaba, that's for sure. So holding the stocks, in my opinion, is not a great idea, and I'll explain why. In theory, what I can see China doing is splitting Alibaba into multiple companies. As I explained, Alibaba has multiple branches and owns a lot of companies. What China can do is exactly split them and sell them to other business owners and companies. I'll give you guys an example that happened in the US. In 1974, the US government filed an antitrust lawsuit against AT&T Corp because it had a monopoly on telephone lines. After 8 years of litigation, the two sides reached a settlement that led AT&T to giving up control of its regional operating companies, or baby bells. This is where it gets interesting. This is all part of history, and this is why this video is very, very important. This isn't a fad or temporarily. We will always keep getting antitrust lawsuits on big tech companies, especially in the era we live in. It is very important that you guys fully understand all of this information. I want to recap and do a quick summary on everything I went through. After I go over the summary and the recap, I want to go over some of the technical analysis on Alibaba. Now, the first thing I went over is that China is finding these big tech companies and putting crackdowns on monopolies on China. And this is very, very important because an economy cannot grow without competition. And without, this competition, it's very hard for an economy to grow. Now, Alibaba can possibly split. I gave you guys an example on AT&T. And then the fourth thing was, there's a lot of FUD uncertainty. We just don't know, anything more and what's really going to happen. So the best thing is just you to do you. And overall, I'm going to go over the technical analysis. As of now, go to tradingview.com and go over the technical analysis app. Now, let's go over the technical analysis, and I thought it would be pretty interesting to actually check what happened to AT&T at the time it got split. So I was trying to go back in time, but it looks like it split into its own market. So as you guys can see, 1984 was the year of that split, so it kind of went into its own thing. So I tried to see kind of like that monopoly effect, but I couldn't. So let's take a look at the BABA monthly chart. And what's very, very interesting is, we broke off a lot of major supports that I don't want to go over in this video. I want to go over the current supports. The major support right now is in that 113 level. Now, why is this an important level? Because when Alibaba IPO'd around 2015 on the US markets, we had this cup and handle formation for Alibaba. So it's using that resistance as a support as of right now. And what happens if we break the support? So again, a technical analysis perspective is we want to look at the new support. So the new support I have is at 86. So it is very, very important to keep in mind that these levels are very, very important if you guys are in Alibaba or you guys just want to watch. And then the next level is going to be 58.91. And as always, I always take a look at the daily time frame. And as we can see at the daily time frame, we are consolidating. So if we close below that level of support we are in right now, we could definitely head back down to this level of support and then next this level of support. So this is why I like to see these levels so we can really take a look at the perspective of the next levels to watch for. So overall, this video took me a couple of hours, over 8 hours to edit and make. So if you guys just subscribe, hit that like button. We're about to hit 4,000 subscribers. I think we should be able to hit 4,000 subscribers tomorrow at Market Open because I'm looking to go live at Market Open. So make sure to subscribe and leave a like. And overall, it took me a lot of time to edit this video. If you guys do really want to support me, you guys can kind of join this membership, get some cool emojis. And overall, 2022, I'm gonna make a lot of great content, and I'm working very, very hard on my editing skills. So overall, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you guys tomorrow at Market Open. Gonna post another video tonight on the weekly watch list.